our next topic. I think I'm about to go ahead and move on. The greatest finessers of the power universe. So, as we know, it was a lot of finessing ass niggas that came out of power, both original and in the spin-offs. But I think the original got the other ones beat. It's some finessing ass niggas up in the original, but and without intensely and thoroughly researching and thinking it over, my answer to the greatest finesser is probably Rashad. And I'm gonna hold my answer on the reasoning why I'm picking Rashad, but I would love to hear y'all answers and try to convince me that is someone else. Even though Kanan is a villain, but at least he cared about loyalty. Dre had no loyalty other than to his daughter. Then again, ain't no friends in the streets. Yeah, that nigga didn't have no. I don't know though. Let me ask you this: you don't think he had some loyalty to Two Bit though? Because he never really screwed Two Bit over. Like he could have did some grimy stuff to Two Bit. Because remember, when Two Bit first messed up and took out that Taros Locos dude that he didn't supposed to take out, um, Cristobal was telling him he needs to go ahead and take out Two Bit. But instead of doing that, he just decided to, strip him of his ranking and letting him stay around. So, I mean, I think he may have had a somewhat loyalty to Two Bit. What do you think? So, support says snap and pop, and I gotta say, you might be right. Because Dufos ain't his head. That's impossible for this man. Niggas, man. They done finessed them folks been in the season only what 2 seasons and has turned the whole show upside down of how much they finessed. They made a son shoot a mother, then got a basically got two other people killed because of it while making someone else thinking everybody else thinking somebody else. Them some finessing ass niggas. But at the same time, we've only seen them for 2 seasons. So is that strong enough to say he's a bigger finesser than Rashad and, you know, Ghost, shit, Kanan, hell, even Rocker for this dad nigga. So it's a people out there, who finesse Dre, who finesse game is absolutely strong. You said Ghost and Dre are the top manipulators. I don't know. I don't know. Tariq is colder than Tate. Even Tariq finessed him a few times. Hold on. When did Tariq finesse Tate? Simon Stern was the biggest finesser. How was Simon Stern the biggest finesser? He was trying to finesse and kept getting finessed in the midst of trying to get me finessed. Because he was trying to finesse Ghost, but Ghost was spending on him and finesse his ass. So I don't know if you can make that claim. Though Courtney decided to keep Too Big around. I mean, regardless if she decided to do that, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, she still, that goes into his character that, he's being kept around and Dre, Slick being loyal to by keeping him around, right? Weston Holdings was the biggest for that. Yeah, but that's a event that happened, not a person. So unless you want to make a claim that what's his name? What was the uncle name? Um I would need to know the uncle's name, but who made Weston the big ass Ponzi scheme? Who didn't go finesse outside of maybe Tariq? Uh, You got a good ass point. Because I'm trying to think of somebody he did finesse. The nigga know finesse there, man. He finessed Tariq. What you talking about? He finessed Tariq, but still forcing his ass to go to jail. He thought go to college. He thought he was out scot free after he thought he killed, especially if he ended up still being alive. That means he pulled off the ultimate finesse. The answer actually might be ghost people, but I wanted to keep it interesting, like DeMarcus would say, by saying Rashad. And I'm gonna give y'all my argument, my strongest argument to try to convince y'all that it's Rashad. Right after I finish all these comments, he finessed Ghost a little bit, but Ghost was able to flip it on him. So, and he really didn't even finesse him. Really, he kind of just strong armed him. He strong armed him into doing certain things with him, but he didn't finesse him because Ghost was able, like he said in episode 5. I don't remember exactly what episode it was, but it was in the 5th season when Simon Stern returned, and Ghost was like, Simon, you gonna let him walk all over us? And he was like, I came back from something and to deal with, I forget what place he said he came back from, but he was like to deal with this bullshit. And he was like, everything I've ever thrown at you, you was able to wiggle your way out of it. Well, wiggle away, my good friend. When he said that. So basically, even Stern was able to say, I kept trying to finesse you, but you kept getting your way out of it and finessing me. So, nigga, you need to put some of that magic to play now. Yeah, Lucas. Lucas was a finesse dad. Lucas was finessing. That nigga finessed what? He finessed 3 big ass um, chunks of money. That nigga finessed Tariq, the Tajadas, and RSJ. That nigga was finessing his ass off for sure. Monet was the biggest finesser. How? I don't think you even have a chance at making a strong enough argument with that. But anyway, since I'm caught up on the comments, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all my answer to why I believe I'm gonna make an argument for Rashad. So keep in mind the introduction to this finessing ass nigga, which was in what 407, episode 407. He introduced himself, all that. Get oh, bless your sister, good brother. Keep the faith. New York leads the way. All that bullshit this nigga do. All that shit is a front. Then he finesse goes into, getting on his side. Keep in mind, he the only one that I can say successfully finesse Ghost. And Ghost didn't see it coming. And he kept doing stuff. Him and Dre, because Dre was able to put up a fight too. So Dre was a finesse ass nigga too. But remember, he was skimping the funds out of the Queen's Child Project. He finessed his way to the what is he, a congressman now? So now he finessed his way to that seat. And the biggest icing on the cake of why I'm telling y'all that is Rashad. This nigga got a whole spinoff he was supposed to get that was basically based off his finessing, people. Come on. Power Book 5 finesse. That's what they should have called it. Because think about it. Power Book 5 influence. When you're influential, what are you doing? You have the ability to convince people to do things that you want them to do. That's what influence is. So basically, influencing somebody is low key one and the same as finessing somebody. Because if you're able to influence them to do a certain thing, whether it's actually the truth or not, you know what I'm saying? You're a major finesser. So that's why I say it's tape. Yeah. Hey, Hey, Heavy, that was one of the funniest shit too, bro. I remember that when Rashad showed up. He said, "Save the good brother speech." And another, hey, Tasha told him the same shit too. Tasha was like, when he showed up in what was that? What episode that was? It was in the sixth season, and she was like, "Cut the shit, Rashad. The cameras are now." He was cut the act. That's what she said. Cut the act, Rashad. The cameras are now. And he was like, "What act?" No, I get damn well he know what she talking about. Bruh, get your finesse dance on. Bruh, I think, like I said, Ghost is definitely between Ghost and Tate, people. I honestly, I don't think anybody else has an argument. Them some finesse dad niggas. Yeah, Ali. I forgot about that part too. In book two, when he was lying his ass off talking about talking about what he said about Ghost was just a sparring between two brothers, but he never seen none of it. He pulled him up. You a lying ass nigga. Bro, it's Rashad, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. That's what that bad nigga. Rashad didn't finesse Simon Stein. I mean, I don't think he ever tried to finesse Simon Stein, though. That's the thing. He may have didn't, but he didn't try to either. Yeah, he got it from Sweden for sure. But how was he able to get it? He finessed the shit out them folks' ass. He basically strong armed them to the point they couldn't say no. I said, I sent some Bitcoin for take my dance. Sean Tate had finessed by he said he got finessed by Don Carter. But you gotta think about it. That's a little different. There's no way he could have really have known that that wasn't the case. He wasn't there. And then they only gave him one episode. But I can guarantee you this. And whatever the new spinoff is gonna be, um, when they return, when both Rashad and Don Carter return, Rashad is gonna figure it out. Guarantee you that. Right, Slam. He finessed his own brother. That's so did you. That's the shit that he said. Finessed crew and them when they was trying to, hey, you remember when he was lying to his brother and their wife when what's his name? Crew son approached him and held a gun and Kamal had to save him. And when he got up in the house, he over there talking about some, yeah. And I said, just take my wallet, good brother. That nigga was lying his ass off, bro. That nigga be that's a finesse ass nigga, bro. I don't care what y'all say. He was finessing a man woman out. It showed him like was, bro. And then when he got caught, the shit was funny. Then remember he finessed her for some more. He smashed her ass one more time and then told her if she moved fast enough, she could catch an Uber with Ramona. Oh shit, bro. They definitely finessed Ghost and Tasha to do a press conference about each other like that. And he finessed them to do the wedding. I mean to do the funeral ceremony so that he can broadcast. Remember that shit? The mind wasn't playing, bro. You sleeping on how Tariq finessed Ghost, Tommy, and Tasha into coming up with $2 million for a pretend kidnapping. How they get finessed by a kid. That's a good try, Takari. But even if I wanted to give you full credit for that, that's just one incident. This nigga Rashad has countless incidents of finessing people. And I would say the only reason why he was able to pull that off is because he was a kid. If he was an adult, it wouldn't have worked. So They only did that because all of them was emotionally invested in, in him because that was their son, and of course Tommy, that was his nephew. It's the only reason why they went ahead and went through with it. And keep in mind, later on, the next episode, Tasha let it be known that she knew it was a finesse. She just they still had to get him back from Vincent because they knew Vincent meant business. So I can't even give you full credit for that. It don't matter if Simon Stern called out with shot. A lot of people called him out. It still didn't change the fact that that nigga was a finesse dad nigga. Hey, support. I was thinking that. I'll give you that. Davis is a finesse ass nigga too, for sure. Is he on Rashad level? Not quite, I don't think. But he should be up there. He in the top 5. That's a finesse ass nigga. I ain't justifying nothing, nigga. I'm speaking the facts. That shit was so funny, right? Ramona was gonna get him too. Bruh, that's why I said, Ali, look, I said if they do go ahead and go forward with influence, bro, they need to have Rashad and Davis both in the same one. Cause that should be good. Them are two finessing ass niggas. He sure did get finesse in his own finesse. Cause what he did was actually dumb because Vincent was actually planning on killing him. He was just using him to get the money. Hey, you say Rashad couldn't finesse with Ramona? Well, you can't get them all. You feel me? That's just like Dr. Umar. Let me stop. Let me stop. Before I start something. To refinesse his dad out of his whole net worth in one day. Oh shit. But at the end of the day, bro, the child was still in danger. You gotta consider that. Um, welcome to the channel, Ladarius Williams. I appreciate you too. Appreciate the comment. Just because you say fact don't mean it's true. Hey, when I say it's a fact, it is true, nigga. Hey, I don't want this argument, bro. I don't sold it, bro. It's absolutely with Sean, bro. Y'all can try to spin around it and make a case for other niggas, which I'll give y'all a little bit of of a lenient with saying certain characters like Ghost maybe, but you can't make a case for Tariq. You really can't make a case for nobody else, if you ask me. Rashad is a finessing ass nigga. What if Kanan met Rashad or Davis? Uh, you asking what would they encounter be like? See, I think I don't think I don't think Kanan would mess around really with folks like that too much. If you pay attention, Kanan stays away from high profile people. Kanan really only messes with other street niggas. If somebody that's high profile, he kind of avoids them. I can give you a few examples. Even though this guy was a street nigga, he didn't want nothing to do with him. That's Milan. He also stayed away from Simon Stern. When he seen ghosts around Simon Stern, he didn't want to mess with. He didn't make no moves around him. He waited till Ghost was alone, then got him. And as far as Rashard, I don't think they just never had nothing to do. But my guess is that he wouldn't really try him because he's way too high profile. It just brings too much heat. So would he try to finesse him? Probably, I would say probably not. If Ghost would have let Tariq die, he'll still be alive. I mean, that might be the truth, but I think he still is alive. But still, at the end of the day, you come on, Takara. You know how you would feel if that was your child. You absolutely, take that chance, even if you know it's a finesse. Because Vincent is a known killer. That's a leader of a major operation that doesn't give a damn about folks. Tate hires a hitman Crook and his son Carter to kill his political rival James St. Patrick. Well, I appreciate that synopsis again. Sachs had his chef. Yes, you right, Slam. Sachs a finessing ass nigga too, no doubt. Rashad Tate was a former cop also. That's why Kanan didn't cross Rashad Tate. Yeah, so they just either way. See, I think this nigga Rashad didn't have no limits to who he finessed. Long as he seen an angle to be able to do it, he did that shit. Whatever they said he did that shit. They making Kanan character seem like Unga Boonga type of nigga. Hey, it is what it is. I mean, the proof is in the show. He did that. He avoided those type of niggas. But anyways, I don't rest my case on it's being Rashad. You right about that, Talia. He did he did get most of the time that nigga did get caught up. Every time he was trying to pull out a finesse he was trying to do, it never worked really. So that's actually a very good point. He tried to finesse a lot though. It just didn't work. Yeah, YouTube was having some issues earlier too, man. Nigga can't look at stuff. Oh, shit. Mecca deserves an honorable mention. He was engaged to Noma and Monet at the same time, using two different names, all while supplying Monet's husband and son without even getting called up. I think, hey, I would give you a little love on this one because that is true. I just think he didn't have enough time to become the ultimate finesse. That's a finesse ass nigga too. Kane didn't really finesse people too much. He had a couple of things, like of course taking the product and replacing it with sugar. But he didn't have too many strong cases of it because Kane's not really the smartest of people to be able to pull shit like that out. Time Sachs got caught up. He found a way out up until his death. Yeah, he was definitely slippery. No doubt. That nigga. That now, if I would say the greatest survivors, then that nigga Sachs is the goat of that. That nigga kept on slipping through the cracks. Oh shit. That's because Monet vagina was top 10. It seemed like it. The way them folks was acting. We got three people that we know hit it. They was all super strong. I don't know. Can y'all say Lorenzo was super strong? Because Lorenzo wasn't just following everything Monet say. So I don't know if Lorenzo was that strong, but absolutely Mecca and Officer Ramirez, yeah, they were. The biggest finesse was Pinky. She had her run. Top 10 P. That is crazy, nigga paying them hoes tuition though. I ain't gonna lie. Nah, I don't know about that. In his heaven death scene, Lorenzo was like, F that bitch. That's how I saw it.